There she is. That ship is called Stena Europe. It's an intercontinental ferry. It goes from Africa to Europe. It crosses the Strait of Gibraltar several times per day. Stena Europe is one of the biggest ferries in the port of Algeciras. There's several bigger ones too, but Stena Europe is one of the largest. It's been on this route since 2024, just over 1 year. It was previously at the shipping yard here just a couple miles away, getting its new paint and new livery. And I think it was November 24th, 2024 that the tugs pulled her out from the Cernaval shipyard, and it started its first voyage from Algeciras to Tanger Med, Morocco. So it crosses the Strait of Gibraltar several times per day. It's a beautiful ship up close. I haven't been on it yet, but as we're looking at it in the background there, that is a mountain called Jebel Musa. It's on the African coast. That is Morocco. I'm currently in Spain watching Stena Europe cross the Strait of Gibraltar and enter the port of Algeciras. Now, another fun fact about that ship is that it is so big, when it comes into the port of Algeciras, a pilot boat has to go out and meet it, and the pilot has to guide the ship into the port. And right now, I know it's probably hard to see in the phone camera, but on my Sony, and I'll put this video on YouTube, the pilot boat is actually with Stena Europe right now. So all along there, it's complete background there. That's all the African coast. And then right there where the bow of the ship is right now, that's starting Spain. So it's not an optical illusion, but the mountains in the distance are across the Strait of Gibraltar. And another interesting fact about Stena Europe and crossing the Strait of Gibraltar is the Strait of Gibraltar is actually a very dangerous waterway. There's underwater currents and currents up at the surface, and then you have the winds. So you have the meeting of two large bodies of water, the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, and this is where it meets, here at the Strait of Gibraltar. So when these ferries cross, luckily today it's nice, calm conditions, but if it's really windy or heavy swells, it can be very dangerous crossing the Strait of Gibraltar. And that's why too you don't see, it's only 14 kilometers, 8 miles at about its shortest, so it's not very long of a distance, but it's very treacherous. I've crossed on a sailboat, but there's the beauty. There is the beauty known as Stena Europe. Right now, where are we at here? I lost her in the sun. It's hard to see. Okay, right now she's crossing in front of the TTI terminals. Those are those cranes that you see there. Those are TTI terminals, is who they're owned by, and I think those are the Malacca Max cranes. So there's two types of cranes here: Panamax and Malacca Max, Supermax cranes. Basically, they can handle the biggest container ships in the world at the port of Algeciras, and they're so named Malacca Max for the Strait of Malacca, the biggest container ships that can fit through there, and the Panamax are named after the Panama Canal. So the biggest types of container ships that can fit into the Panama Canal, that's why they're called the Panamax Supermax cranes, and that's what we've got here at Algeciras. And so there's Stena Europe coming into the port of Algeciras, Spain, Saturday, December 6th, 2025. It's about 3 p.m., so it looks like that's its 3 p.m. arrival. Be sure to check out Ships at the Strait of Gibraltar. I have a full playlist of Stena Europe. I have more videos of Stenna. I have the video of I got lucky the day that it was after it was retrofitted and refurbed and was being commissioned to be the intercontinental ferry that it is now. I have the full video and time-lapse video of it being tugged out and of it crossing over to Algeciras. So check that out. If you have any questions about Stena Europe here at Algeciras and here in Spain and its crossing, please leave a comment below, because I do follow this ship and I know a lot about it and its crossings here at the Strait of Gibraltar. Thank you so much for joining Ships at the Strait of Gibraltar, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.